I have to go. I have to go do something real quickly. Bolaji Oki versus Mason Jones. Hmm. This is a tricky fight, right? Because when Mason Jones was fighting Jeremy Stevens, I picked Mason Jones, right? A lot of people were going with Jeremy Stevens, and I was one of those people who picked Mason Jones. And even in that fight, I was like, people shouldn't be too harsh on Mason Jones because I genuinely do feel like that was a good performance against Jeremy Stevens. And I remember saying, even on the live stream, I remember saying that people will probably disregard this performance and say, well, he was struggling against an old Jeremy Stevens. And I'm about to contradict myself right now and sound like a hypocrite. But, man, Mason Jones was struggling against Jeremy Stevens. Let me not say it. Let me not be like that. Okay, that was a good performance. Let me not even act like I'm going to trash him for that. That was a good performance. I just feel like Mason Jones had a lot of success because of his wrestling, and I don't feel like he's going to be able to use the same level of success against Bolaji Oki because Bolaji Oki has pretty decent takedown defense. Striking wise, I feel like Bolaji Oki is going to have a bit more volume. He's going to be throwing a little bit more. Defensively, I feel like both Bolaji Oki and Mason Jones are pretty more or less on the same level defensively. There's no reach advantage here. Maybe a 1 inch reach for Mason Jones, which I don't think is going to play that much of a factor. Finishing ability, both of them are not particularly great at finishing fights. They are both at, both of them have like 50%, 50 something percent finishing rate. Obviously, Oki has a bit of power as far as knockout ability. So on the feet, I'm going to give Bolaji Oki the advantage. I think he's going to be throwing a little bit more. He's defensively, both of them are pretty much on the same level. I feel like Bolaji Oki will have a bit of a power advantage. On the ground, I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like Balaji Oki is really good defensively. I don't feel like Mason Jones is going to be able to impose his will on Balaji Oki. I think Oki is going to be able to defend any type of grappling exchanges. Granted, Mason Jones shoots a lot of takedowns, so probably that might tire out Balaji Oki, especially Oki, because Oki does not have like good cardio. But I just feel like I haven't seen enough from Mason Jones in order to have um, that much confidence in him actually winning this particular fight, especially considering even though it was a good performance against Jeremy Stevens, he still struggled against an old Jeremy Stevens, right? So for me personally, I feel like this fight will play out on the feet, and on the feet, I feel like Bolaji Oki is going to be a little bit more active. He has a bit more power, so it's even if it goes to a decision, I feel like he's going to be landing a little bit more significantly than Mason Jones. I think Mason Jones' path to victory is through wrestling, and I don't feel like he's going to have a lot of success fighting someone like Balaji Oki. Balaji Oki is not great, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, well, Mason Jones is better. But my subscribers are picking Mason Jones. I'm going with Balaji Oki. I think we'll just have to wait and see. Um, I just feel like I'm not going to be mad at anyone, either whatever whoever you decide to pick, because on one hand you have Mason Jones, who I feel like still needs to prove himself. He just came back into the UFC, fought Jeremy Stevens. It was it wasn't that. I mean, it was a bit competitive, not that competitive. Balaji, I feel like Balaji Oki has a bit more advantages in order to get this one done. So yeah, my subscribers are going with Mason Jones. I'm going with Balaji Oki. I guess we'll just have to see what happens as time progresses. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love and appreciate all of you. Until then, deuces.